Oh man, is that the paparazzi? Oh, come on, man. No, no more photos. No more photos. Nope, sorry. Nope. Jeez, man, you get 4,000 subs on YouTube and you can't even go out your front door. It's a messed up world. What is up, folks? Justin Phillip back again from Dog Times Productions, and today we are checking out a little light that our friends from Andy Cine sent us. They've sent us a few products in the past and they wanted me to check out this light, give it a review on the channel, so I thought sure, why not. I'm actually becoming a big fan of these little RGB lights. If you'll notice, it looks pretty similar to a light I reviewed a few months back from Falcon Eyes, the F7 pocket light. So these little lights are getting pretty popular right now. And if you follow Aputure, you know they put out a little cool little new one too, so just makes sense that other companies are rolling them out as well. Now this one is currently running for $69.99 over on Amazon. If you were to purchase one, here's what you would get inside of the box. That would be a feature of my Leatherman. That's the Skeletool. I should do a video on that. Okay, this is the R1. As you'll see here, it's a pretty cool little light. Andy Cine Pocket LED RGB video light. 360 colors, OLED screen, Type-C charger. I feel like I work on Price is Right. Okay, this is what we got, folks. Here we go. We get a cool, of course, the little embossed microfiber cloth. You get your little, little quarter 20 for your cold shoe. So you can, put your light on your top of your camera if you're one of those ENG kind of guys, Some warranty information here, the little manual. Now the runtime on this light, it does have 2-hour runtime on maximum brightness. And there is the bad boy right there himself. That is the R1, folks. Built-in diffusion, I like that. That's a little OLED screen on the back. Same kind of dials that are found on the Falcon Eyes F7. Comes with this little satchel. I like little satchels. Seems like everything nowadays comes with a little satchel. And it's cool, So if you're still into, high school days, here's some other things you could put in that satchel. And there is the USB-C charging cable. And that's what you get, folks. So in like a real world scenario, how would we use little lights like this? For me, I find it nice. The special effects is cool, right? I'm going to be honest with you. Here's some very quick examples of how I used the F7 version of this light, right? The Falcon Eyes F7 RGB light with the lightning, in this shot right here, there's lightning in the background. So that's something great for that. Another reason to use these little lights in the real world working environment is for eye lights, right? So they're so tiny and they're so low and they're actually really good color rendering in terms of green index, and you'll see that here later on in the video. But this is really nice because you can dim these things by the percentage all the way down to 10%. So from anywhere from like 10 to 15% is a great level to live for a little eye light, because that's something that I really strive for. I always like to make sure I can see a little ping in the eyes, right? Just a little ping, just something, because without having anything in the eyes, to me, the shot's over, right? It's like, how else can we be brought into the situation if there is no eye light, if we can't see the eyeballs, right? So to me, I just hold that at a very high standard. Like, we gotta see the eyes, right? And these are great for that. Just a little tiny light. This is the only time that I recommend, putting a light like on the same line as the camera is when you're going for an eye light. And that's kind of things that I've learned in workshops with other pro level cinematographers. That's kind of, I've heard that more often than one time. I've heard it from numerous professional cinematographers where they will tend to do that just to have a little light for an eye light. And yeah, I kind of dig it as well. And these little lights are perfect for that. But if you wanted to see like more of like a real world kind of thing, I already did something for the Falcon Eyes F7 review, so I wanted to switch it up a little bit and just show like how simple it is to do something with little RGB lights that have special effects built in. So this is kind of silly, but it just shows you like if you have a little bit of creativity, it's not hard to pull off anything with all of these effects. This one comes with 7 special effects, so here's just a little fun I had with it. Oh boy. It never really rains much in California, but when it does, it is so sweet. And we even got lightning going on. It is lightning. Is that a word, lightning? It's lightning in SoCal. Woo! We staying in. What the heck is going on over there? Oh, damn, they having a frat party. Oh, man. I wish I was cooler and younger and sexier. I'd go over there and try to fit in, like that Seth Rogen movie. Look at that. Who's that, John Bon Jovi? If John Bon Jovi's there, I can totally get in. Crazy whippersnappers. Yeah, looks like the party's winding down over there. You know, it's been a long night when even your strobes are wearing down. Oh yeah. Reminds me of when I was 19. Those were the good old days. Oh, what the heck? Oh shit! It's the cops, man. That frat party got busted the fuck up. Oh shit, hey. You don't have anything on you, do you? I mean, like, in case they come over here and question us. Yeah, you better put that away. Kill all the lights. We better act like we've been sleeping in here. Oh, man. What is going on now? Oh, shit. They got the ambulance over there? Oh, man. Oh, no, that's the neighbors. Oh, that's Granny Whitmore. Granny Whitmore fell down. Damn, that's the third time this week. Poor ass, old ass Granny Whitmore. She need to get herself a little wheelchair. Smell like something burning. Oh shit! That frat party got off the hook. They burning the stage down. God damn! Look at all them naked girls running out. Yep. Well, guess we ain't gotta worry about that party house no more. Okay folks, so this is the part of the video where I'm going to be testing some things with the R1 Andy Cine RGB Pocket Light. We're going to be testing its green levels with the Cinemeter 2 app, and then we're also going to be checking its illuminance levels with the Sekonic Lightmaster Pro. So first up, we're going to check the green levels on this bad boy, see where it sits as far as its tint goes. And I do have the Cinemeter 2 app calibrated with the Luxy for All Incident Lighting Dome. This isn't as awesome as, say, a Sekonic color meter, but those things do cost nearly $2,000, so I don't own one of those. This is pretty fairly accurate once it's been calibrated, and I mean, at least it'll get us in the ballpark of what we're looking at. Now, if you're not familiar with, testing green levels or tint levels, it is something you want to get in the habit of because, it's why I say on here all the time, like if you're shooting on location and there's fluorescent overheads, you should always kill those if you can, because the green level on those are so high that it infiltrates your skin tones, and you cannot fix that stuff in post. And it's not just going to be on your skin tones, it's going to be across the frame, right? It's the whole shot. It's just you're compromising the entire shot. So generally that's why I say kill the overheads, get rid of those, and hopefully you can figure out a way to light it with whatever lighting instruments you have, right? So for instance, like if you're going to check the green levels on these lights that I have here right now, over here is just a really cheapo softbox, like one of those Lumo Studio softboxes. And behind me here as a little kicker light, I have the Aputure Mini LS20D, the little baby Fresnel. And you'll see here, the levels aren't that hot in here. Good. When I say not that hot, I mean not that great. Because as you can see here, I'm getting a green level of 28G, which isn't that good. That's kind of bad. And you'll see, I don't do a whole lot of color grading with my YouTube videos, just because I don't really value that much. I mean, it's just a YouTube video. It's just for informational purposes, right? So I don't go crazy on my color grading for YouTube. So sorry guys, I just don't. So you can really kind of see what this 28 green level is doing to my face. So what I'm going to do is we have the R1 Andy Cine here. I'm going to kill both of these lights that I have on here right now. I'm going to be killing this mini Fresnel behind me. I'm going to be killing this cheapo softbox. And I'm going to set this over by the camera there. I'm going to set it to 100% brightness because that way we can go right from checking the color right into checking the foot candles with the Sekonic light meter. So I'm going to set it at 100% brightness, and I'm going to put it to 5600 Kelvin. The reason why I'm going to set it to 5600 Kelvin is because it's kind of the standard for daylight balanced, right? Okay, so we're at 5600 and we're at 100% brightness. So I'm going to set this over here, and I'm going to kill this light Okay, and now I'm gonna kill our kicker light. It's gonna be pretty dang dark in here. Look at that. Hey, you could almost maybe get away with using this as a key light. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay, so all I have on right now is the Andy Cine R1, right? And here we go. So it is off. It is slightly off in terms of temperature because I have it set on the back to 5600 Kelvin and it's showing me 4650. So that's a little off. But as far as green levels go, it's about a 5 or 6, which is pretty excellent. You know, considering something like the 120D, the Aputure 120D, when I check that for green levels, it hits a 16. So the color that's coming out of this R1 Andy Cine Pocket RGB light is really, really awesome. I mean, anything under a 10, in my opinion, is great for skin tone. So that's pretty incredible. Now, granted, I mean, you can see this isn't really a key light. I mean, the light is very tiny. But however, a little tiny light like this, I would probably use for an eye light. So yeah, now that we've done that, since the light is at 100%, let's check its foot candles. Now, in the manual, Andy Cine in the manual has the illuminance being 400 lux at 1 meter. Here's the thing, if you're like me, that doesn't really tell me anything. I tend to read things in foot candles and feet, right? So seeing something that says 1 meter, 400 lux, in my brain that tells me nothing. So what I like to do is I'm gonna take a measure with my Bosch Blaze laser measurer. So we're gonna see right now how far away this thing is. So right now it is 4 feet 8 inches. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a reading of it just to see where it lands, okay? And this is the Sekonic Lightmaster Pro. I've talked about this before. I have the same settings with my camera. So basically, it is a 23.98 frames per second, 180-degree shutter, and ISO 400. I pretty much leave this thing at ISO 400 only because the native ISO of the Blackmagic Pocket 4K is 400, and I just tend to leave it on 400. Okay, so we're gonna take a reading on this. And it's showing us a 2.8, but it has a 8 at the bottom there, that little baby 8. So it's actually closer to a f4, which is pretty decent, and 10 foot candles. So 10 foot candles and a 2.8, teetering more towards a 4. So that's not too bad, especially considering this thing is almost 5 feet away from me. In terms of foot candles, that's pretty dang low. If you remember from the times we tested, for instance, we can compare it to the Aputure 300D, which is putting out, I believe, 320 foot candles at that same distance. So, I mean, but that makes sense. You know, you're talking about a little tiny baby light compared to something like the 300D. Okay, so there you have it, folks. I mean, you can see how tiny this thing is. For instance, this is my cell phone, right? Now, this isn't anything spectacular in terms of iPhones. This is just the iPhone 7. But I mean, you can literally see, I mean, this is actually how they even promote this thing. It's so, it's very tiny light, you know, it's even smaller than the F7, the Falconized version. So let's see, do I have any like questions? If I was on the design board of this light, what is some things I would suggest to Andy Cine? Well, guys, we have the same problem that we had with the Falconized F7, is the fact that when I go into the special effects mode, I am not able to adjust the brightness of the special effects. That is a big problem for me. You know, it's like, okay, this is cool, you know, we have these special effects, but why am I not able to dim them up or down? You know, if I go to just normal color temperature, I can dim these down all day long, right? So yeah, see, like I can dim it when it's in normal color temperature. We can dim it when we are in HSI mode, you know, meaning all the different colors of the rainbow. But as soon as I go to special effects, I'm not able to dim these light levels. And I just find that kind of a bummer. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer. But I guess it's fine because this light isn't that bright, and you know, it's only 10 foot candles at a 5 foot distance. So it's like, meh. You know, I mean, you know, but it just would be nice, you know, if you had to dim it, to have that option. I do kind of find that a little irritating. So I don't know what's going on with the design of these little lights, but that seems to be a thing. Something else that I think would be nice with this particular model is I have no clue. I had to kind of figure out what these special effects were. I mean, it's not hard, right? I mean, but still, it'd be nice to just know what exactly the special effects is. Like, for instance, the Falcon Eyes F7, they had a little sticker that you could put on the back, but beyond that, they even had little logos. So they had a little logo on the little OLED screen showing us what the little special effects is. Here, all it's saying is special effect 1, effect 2, effect 3, right? They're just numbered, so we don't really know what we're getting. So I had to kind of like go through this and figure out like what was what, right? So like I just assumed like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is paparazzi, and then you see this and you go, I'm pretty sure that's lightning. You know, obviously you can figure it out, but the one that was kind of tricky for me was the, you know, deciphering between the cop mode and the fire truck mode and the ambulance mode, because it's like, well, these are all pretty similar. And the only reason I knew that there was cop mode, fire truck mode, ambulance mode was because I looked on the Amazon page, and it kind of shows you all the special effects. So then I was able to go, oh, okay, so it's a cop, fire truck, and ambulance. But if I wouldn't have looked on Amazon, I wouldn't have known that. So I would have really been in the weeds figuring out what these special effects were, right? I mean, obviously this is a cop, but now if we go here to special effects 6, well, what's this? You know, I didn't know what that was until I had to go on the Amazon page and go, okay, so this is probably an ambulance, I'm assuming. And the only reason why I say this is ambulance is because if you go to special effects 7, there's some red and white. So to me, I'm pretty sure that the red and white would be the fire truck, whereas this one is like a blue and white. So that's probably ambulance, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't chase ambulances. I'm not a cheapskate lawyer. So I don't know for sure like what exactly fire trucks and ambulances are, but I'm taking a guess here, and I think I'm right? Like, I'm not, you know, I am kind of, you know, picking hairs here, but at the same time, you know, it'd be nice to know these things right out of the box, because we don't, right? But that's primarily it. I mean, other than that, I mean, overall, I am pretty impressed. One thing I like about this is the switch on-off switch. It's just a quick, I really like that. Because so many things nowadays are these press hold. A lot of people like that, because they're like, oh yeah, you know, I won't turn it off accidentally. But it's because so many things are like soft button stuff, but for me, I hate it. I hate sitting there and holding it and waiting for it to turn off. I just find that so, I don't know, I'm very impatient, I guess, so maybe I just need to work on my patience skills. But I do love that they went the hard switch mode. Boom, just like that. On, off, super quick. I don't have to press and hold it. So that's a cool, I like that. Another thing that I think makes this a little nice is the soft diffusion. It has built-in diffusion, so that's cool. But the most impressive thing to me about this particular light is the fact that those green levels were so low. I find that really impressive, and it seriously has me thinking about looking at more Andy Cine lights. So I am interested in seeing what their bigger lights are, if they have like a light matte kind of version that they make. Because if they have a version of a light matte, I would love to check that out, considering like how low the green levels are on this light. Because I am in the market for a new light matte option. So yeah, so that's that, folks. If you are over there on Patreon, we're coming up on day 5. We'll be dropping that tomorrow, actually. So yeah, we'll see you over there. And I guess that's it for now. That's a wrap.